Welcome back to the Dirty Shirt Podcast.
This is Season 2, Episode 16.
I'm Braden.
And I'm Nolan.
And we're off.
Like a popcorn leaving its shell.
All right. Pop, pop, pop. Maybe I'll make some popcorn and put it in right there. Speaking of popcorn, do you guys eat a lot of popcorn?
I do not.
Occasionally. I go through spurts of popcorn-ism.
Okay.
Making popcorn.
Go ahead.
With how much butter do you put on your popcorn?
Well, that depends. If you asked me 5 years ago, probably a stick or two.
Oh, so there are
Hey, we don't know how many kernels he's
so
popping.
there are
Sure.
many seasons of popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think Will probably melts the butter and then dips his popcorn into the butter.
I don't think I've ever tried
dip.
that.
That's crazy. We popcorn was always a big thing because we all like to watch movies growing up in my house. So my mom would make a huge thing of popcorn, and then we'd have our little individual bowls. Mine had Toucan Sam on the bottom of it, and then we'd like hand it all out, and it was like a big thing. But like, then when I moved out, like my mom got me a popcorn maker because she was like, this little thing missing from home, and then like, but yeah, so I eat a lot of popcorn, but. I was making it for my friends when we were watching Lord of the Rings the other day, and I made each person their own like bowl, and they're like, "Braden, this is way too much popcorn." What if I thought everybody likes?
Not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so light and fluffy.
Right.
You can eat a lot of it and not feel full.
Exactly.
It gets stuck in your teeth then, though.
And
that's the
toothpicks.
problem. Oh.
And if you do put light butter on there, it is like a very healthy snack. Or even if no butter at all, it's pretty healthy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
low calorie.
Light salt.
True.
Yep.
Mm.
I also don't salt it. Because if you're using salted butter, that's just a lot of salt.
Oh.
You know?
You
Yeah.
could just eat pretzels instead.
I don't
True.
often
Feel
use
better.
butter, though, because I'm a big hater of soggy things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
cereal. People drink like the disintegrated cereal at the end of the bowl. That's my least favorite.
Ew.
thing. That's a
I
fun
love
shit.
that. I love that.
I know, and people love
We've
it.
talked about that.
Yeah. But so I think same with popcorn. Like you drench butter on it, it's just gonna get like soggy.
Some pieces are soggy for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like nice like to have them every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you could run it through like a strainer. Same thing with cereal. I would love like a bowl that you could just run the milk over top of or something. You know,
Like
what I
a
mean?
strainer.
Or like just
Like-
2 parts of my bowl. If I could dip it and then eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah.
You
Like
just have a
cup
bowl
mug.
of dry cereal and a cup of milk.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, it's super easy to do.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of work
It is.
for some cereal, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that deep, just put it in the milk.
Right.
That's how I feel.
I haven't had cereal like probably since season 1 cereal.
Really?
Yeah. I don't. It's not in my
Sorry
life.
for your loss.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
I haven't had that much either since that trip. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest, I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Right.
We're a big egg casserole house.
Mm.
Dad makes egg casseroles,
That's
and then
good.
me and him just
Egg
eat them.
pizza.
What makes you? What's that?
Egg pizza is like pizza, except the foundation is egg.
Instead
then
of like
You take like
crust?
croissant as the crust. Like croissant, you roll
Oh.
croissant out, and that's the crust. And then you put toppings on it. Super good. Highly recommend.
You
I
got
thought-
a
I thought
recipe
you were-
for that?
I do.
I thought you were joking at first.
I'm actually not joking.
You should
Well,
send it to me. I'll
Matthew's a
link it in the
big
episode.
baker meal prepper these days.
Mm,
Is that
Yeah.
so?
Mhm. Oh,
By the way,
absolutely.
this is Matthew.
Well,
These are our guests, Matthew and Will. Couple friends of the pod, friends of ours. You saw them on episode. I forgot to look up which one it was, but I think it was 7 of season 2, the New Year's episode.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yes, they were on that together. Their like little spot on there. And we actually got comments saying we need a Matt and Will episode. So here we are.
Yep.
Okay.
Doing the Matt and Will.
we're gonna have to work really hard to outdo that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What were we just talking about when we said Matthew?
Coming out of your shell. No, we were
Oh.
talking about. When we said that, I was thinking about other things that come out of their shell,
Right.
turtles, etc. I don't know.
Mm.
Okay.
But we were talking about baking meal prepping.
Oh yeah. Are you into that right now?
Like a 7 out of 10, sure.
Okay. That seems pretty into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like every week you're meal prepping.
I cook every week.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I meal prep every week.
Okay. What's your go-to meal?
Hamburger barbecue.
Mm.
Mm.
What do
Over
you mean?
toast.
How does that work? You just ground up a hamburger and then
You can buy ground beef,
Yeah.
cook it, then you put in some onion, some brown sugar, and you mix it all together. Tomato soup. There you go. Put it
okay.
over toast.
Okay. So it's like a soup.
No.
What is it then?
It's like a sloppy Joe?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
okay,
Okay, like a
okay.
sloppy Joe.
Okay. All right.
Except nothing I make is
I was-
sloppy.
I was trying to figure out how do you eat this? You put it on a bun and then
No. You put it on toast.
Oh right, you said
A
toast.
bun is for the typical person. I am not the typical.
So
Okay.
you fork and knife it?
Mhm.
Or oh, okay.
Well, fork it. Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What toast? What kind of toast do you? Are you like a regular white bread
Oh
from
no,
the
no,
store?
no.
That's
Wheat.
Yeah,
Wheat.
I was thinking that.
Mhm.
12 grain or just
I don't want like the shells in it.
the shells? We're right back to shells.
Yeah, true. Shells. Well, speaking of shells, well, yeah. So Matt and Will, two guys who have been around for a while. Part of the like golden age that we've talked about at camp, kind of coming in right at that 2019, 2020 time. Yeah. Well, yes, Matt came in 2019, and then Will, why were you there? Why were you at camp?
Well, I met this really weird guy at school, and I ended up at camp because of him.
Okay, and that was who?
There was Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Right.
It was me.
Yeah. So, well, Matt, how did you get involved at camp?
That is a really long story, but to make it short, so Caleb, who you said has
Wow.
been on this before.
Yes, and we'll blur out his last name because we try to avoid last names. That's all right.
okay.
That's okay. I didn't say that. So
So a guy named Caleb.
on episode 8 of season 2.
His aunt
think-
happened
yeah.
to be my piano teacher,
Oh my gosh.
and she told me about Woodcrest and that I need to get involved at Woodcrest.
That's crazy.
And I did.
I don't think I thought that. I don't know why I thought that you were at camp, but that's not what I
Mhm.
thought the reason was.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy.
2 years later, I was at camp.
Oh, okay.
Are you any better at piano?
No, actually, I can't play at all anymore.
How long did you take piano lessons?
5 years,
Whoa! I'm sure you could.
Yeah, you
I'm
probably
sure
play
you could
something.
play a little something.
maybe.
And
So-
we actually have a piano. Bring it out. That's cool. I didn't know that. So that's crazy. So there's a lot of things that have happened since our first years of camp that like
Mhm.
are because of camp, and so Will is here because Matt was there because Caleb's piano teacher mentioned about camp 2 years before he actually came.
Mhm.
And and now,
That's nuts.
that's just insane.
And now you're sitting at a table in my parents' backyard.
Yeah.
On a podcast.
On a dumb little
on
podcast.
Talia's podcast.
Yeah, just quick on that because it's just kind of funny.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Talia mentioned in the last episode her feminist teacher and like exam or whatever, feminism class. And so then her teacher sent out like a group email to like their entire class and was like, check out this the subject was Talia's podcast,
Yeah.
which is funny. But anywho,
Hey, if you're listening from Talia's class, shout
Yeah.
out to you.
what's up?
Guys and gals.
Yeah.
Dudes and women.
Yeah. Buva and Madel.
Yeah.
But yeah, anywho. Well, yeah, so walk us through.
Or run us. We don't have that much time.
True, yeah. What What was camp like for you guys first couple of years?
You want to kick that one off?
Sure. My first year of camp, everyone calls that my my law-abiding, strict counselor age. Well, I've actually had people who are on staff now tell me that they were campers then, and they viewed me. They didn't know what to make of me at that time. Camp for me was actually like a life-changing experience for me because before then, I had no experience. I was homeschooled. I had no experience with working with kids or relating to peers or any of that stuff. I was ill-equipped in those areas. And God really used that in me to grow me into who I am now, into being more mature in Him and knowing what it is to be a man of the Lord. So, camp was really impactful. Lots of people that I started in 2019 with, I'm still good friends with today. So, it's hard to wrap up in a nice little bow what camp is. 'Cause, so good.
Well, it's cool too. Like we had Joel and Asher on last week, and that 2019 summer, it was like the three of you guys. All three of you were like brand new to being on staff at camp.
We had no idea who each other were, and we were very awkward around each other.
And it's just cool now that we have such a close friendship between the three of you, and just our friend group and everything. And yeah, it's just insane to see how far it came, and from back then. And I mean, we go on and on about that. It is cool.
Yeah. It proves God, you never know what God's going to use in your life. Things that you think are for a really short season or won't impact you that much, have the ability to if you let them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So, going back to that background of Matt bringing me to camp.
What year was that?
It's 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we were both at LBC, studying for youth ministry areas. And I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, got any suggestions of camps I should go to?" Because
meanwhile, just make sure you mention that you have never hardly ever talked to me before. This is the first time you talked to me.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
I mean, it was at a dinner table, so there was a bunch of people, but
it was, but it was big for you.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, came to Woodcrest. One of the biggest reasons was the rustic cabins. That rustic feel. I wanted something that wasn't just AC all the time, basically.
Yeah.
So that first year at summer camp was really growing for me because I was kind of this very introverted person that didn't really talk to other people, and having to lead kids daily and be a counselor, and then go from that to being a co-counselor in the evenings. It was a lot, and it was very stretching and challenging, but I made it through it. And over the next couple years, I guess, my relationship with people just kind of grew from there. And I was able to, I mean, it's really just been great for me in growing and getting out of my shell.
Oh, like a popcorn.
Just like popcorn.
I
Like a
really came up
snail.
with something good there.
Who knew?
Dude, this is totally off topic. When I was a young kid, we were coming back from the beach, and you buy hermit crabs, as you do.
Right.
We went into this
I was never allowed.
shopping center or something, and we left it in the car.
Oh no.
We came back in, and it was completely out of its shell. Naked hermit crab. It's disgusting. I couldn't look at him the same. I couldn't love him the same. It was after that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did he go back in his shell?
He did. We kicked the AC on. We got the windows open, and he went back in the shell. He seemed okay.
Okay.
And then about a week later, I was playing with him in the yard. I went in the house to grab something, came back, gone.
No.
They don't move that fast.
Yeah.
So we always make a joke. He's gonna come back massive one day and be like, "You left me." Yeah.
Do you think he got whisked away by a bird, or?
I mean, probably. I like to think he like ran and lived a happy life.
Sure.
but,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you tell
yeah.
yourself.
He
when you're that
yeah
age.
he went to the farm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Do you guys ever get a hermit crab?
I didn't never. I was from the goldfish and fairs and hamster
Yeah.
families.
Yeah. Goldfish was about it. My
Hmm.
parents thought those hermit crabs were a scam.
Yeah.
But-
We got
Oh,
a dog and no other pets. My sister was really lobbying for a cat for a while.
Mm.
Didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We lobbied for dogs for years.
Mm.
It wasn't until probably 10th grade for me
Oh,
when
yeah?
we finally got a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But
We had cats, but they didn't live long.
Oh no.
They only lived a year or two.
Why?
I think 3 years was the longest we had a
Oh
cat.
my gosh.
Wow, you got
They
them on their
just-
last life.
They were like kittens
Oh
when we
my
got 'em.
goodness.
And then they like succeededly died of unknown things from like the
Interesting.
vets could never figure out what was wrong with them.
What?
Super sad. As
That's
a
really
10-year-old, that was crushing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so crushing.
Right.
Mhm.
How many?
3.
Oh my goodness.
Did you get it
And
from
they
like?
were one after the other.
Oh my word.
you got them like all at the same time?
No, they were like, we got one, he
You lost
died.
one,
We
Okay,
got
okay.
one,
New
she
one.
died.
Did you get them from like the same Amish farm or
No,
something? Like,
no. They were all from very different places.
What
Wow.
the world?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Huh.
There is Josh and I, who's been on the podcast, season 13, episode 13, both seasons. Anyways, we had joint custody of a pygmy hamster at one point
Oh.
when we were in high school. So we passed it between each other every week because it was
Every week.
it was really fun to have. We lived
Yeah.
pretty close. It was really fun
Sure.
to have, but like taking care of it all the time, were like is too much
What did
responsibility.
you get? Pygmy hamster?
Yeah, pygmy hamster. So
I
it's like
never
it was
heard
like
of
this
those.
big.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's tiny.
I know.
Wait,
it basically
are you
looked like a
talking
mouse.
between your two fingers, or like?
Like no, like
Oh, okay.
that. You know,
Okay,
a little
okay.
bit bigger. And anyways,
Like
we
golf
got
ball
our
size?
we got our first one, and we named him Theo,
Yeah.
and he died within like 3 days or
What?
something. Yeah, yeah.
Why?
I don't know, cancer.
All
He
right.
was like really sleepy and like cuddly all the time, and
Ugh.
then we literally like called up like PetSmart or wherever, and we were like, "Hey, like we didn't do anything wrong," and he just died. And they're like, "Yeah, just bring him back, and we'll treat you a new one." And then so we named the new one Deuce. Like we
That's
literally
crazy. Deuce,
like
yeah, that's
brought
awesome.
his just like corpse back in
Yeah.
like a cardboard box,
Yeah.
and they were just like, "Oh, thank you," and they took it and then just gave us a new one, and we
Dang.
were like,
Huh.
"Like, what are they doing with this?"
Yeah.
They're probably like either disposing of it
Toss
in
it
like
out.
a safe way as to not disease other things,
Sure.
or they just fed it to a snake.
I
don't
would
know.
say.
Yeah.
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 Snake food.
yeah.
But
Free snake food.
yeah,
That's kind of well, I guess not technically.
yeah.
but
I was
yeah.
like, the return policy is crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's insane. You had a 1 week warranty on your pygmy hamster.
Yeah.
They give it some sort of like
Yeah.
horse tranquilizer to like keep it sedative for like a week and alive. And
Yeah.
then it dies after a week. Sorry, your warranty's out.
Yeah. I know. I feel like kittens they probably got like a 2-month warranty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
too long.
That's
Yeah.
insane that you had 3 cats back to back to back that
Yeah.
died.
Mm.
It's like in Harry Potter how the defense against the dark arts position is like cursed and people can only last in it for a year
Yeah.
just due to random causes.
You're saying
Hmm.
we should give Matthew another kitten and see what happens?
I think so.
and like
I
run some
mean,
studies?
Yeah, we got to find out if this was a math problem or if like
Whoa. Who says it was a my problem? I was 10.
I don't know, man. Other people don't lose 3 cats in a row after 2 years.
You sure you
each.
don't have a confession to make?
No, I liked the cats. I didn't want to see them dead.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
What a sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I haven't heard of that before either.
Yep.
But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I buried it.
All 3?
Not the cat.
no,
Oh,
yeah,
The feelings.
It's out
okay.
deep down
Oh,
I don't know
inside.
what they
Yeah.
did with the
See,
cats.
cats are pretty resilient. You see those like you see little kittens like on a farm, like you
Yeah.
know, falling from hay bales, and they're just chilling. You know?
Yeah.
Did you ever did you yourself ever see the cat like dead?
No.
Okay.
That's what my
Oh.
parents told me.
So, were
Oh.
your parents a fan of the cats?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
did.
they were just fostering kittens.
Then they let them get full grown and give them up.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I think this is something you got to ask your parents about again because
Mm.
like I don't know.
Right. You
Like,
might not have been getting the full details
yeah,
as a kid.
maybe they come clean and like, hey, like we were getting rid of the cats and you just wanted one really bad. I don't know.
We just
That
couldn't
would
say
be
no.
really odd though. To
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that would.
That
to
would be
like
odd.
get a cat, keep it 2 years, spend like hundreds to keep it alive,
yeah, true.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then it's gone as a full grown
Right.
adult, and then we get one the day after again.
Oh, was that quick?
There
Wow,
was
that was
one
quick.
that like it died. We got one the day after.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
Wow.
Dang.
On deck.
Mm,
Well, shoot.
that's strange.
We should move on. I don't
Yeah, we don't need to talk about dead cats
Yeah,
too long.
yeah.
Imagine your cat dies. Oh, the Dirty Shirt podcast uploaded. Good, something to get my mind off of it.
and what are we gonna talk about? Death of cats.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So, what else in your life, Will, has been hinged upon you being a staff member at Woodcrest? I mean, at camp. I mean, you're wearing a Woodcrest sweatshirt. Like, I'm not gonna blur it out the whole.
That is out front.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, outside of the many relationships, I now have a full-time job there, which is fun.
Mm.
I get to do camp year-round, which for those of you that might be thinking, I get paid year-round to do nothing. I don't do nothing. I do stuff.
Mm.
It's a summer camp, but there is other stuff to do. I can't believe how many times I get that. You work at a summer camp? Yeah, I do year-round. But anyways, outside of that, I also met my wife there.
Mm.
So I got married last October.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
was
that's
because of me too.
No. So that's been exciting.
Would have you have met Kaylee
With what?
if you have never come to camp?
I don't know. God
No.
works in mysterious
The answer
ways.
to that is no. I can I can say that
Are
already.
you doubting
Who
what God can
who
do?
asked if you were going to go on a first date with her? Me. When did you go out on your first date? After I asked you if you were going to go out on your
To be
first date.
clear-
Ooh.
Okay, you got a point.
So
Speaking of being responsible for a relationship, oh no, we won't bring up the mixer. No.
moving
on.
Moving right along. Well, yeah, and Matt, you were Will's best man
I was.
at said wedding.
Mm-hmm. I should have been.
Oh,
You should have been, but you were.
Well, no. I'm saying I had
Oh.
the rightful place.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because of you setting them
Right.
up and everything,
Correct.
and that was purely you, Matt, who did all of that. Yes.
I did a lot of the heavy lifting on his part.
True.
Yeah, not.
Fair enough.
Or- yeah.
Oh my! Sorry.
Oh!
All right.
The cameras had enough.
We're really bad at this.
Cameras
What's
had
more embarrassing,
enough.
me slipping up or Braden knocking the camera down?
I feel like the camera jump would be pretty good. just like bleep and then boom boom. Does a triple backflip.
Yeah.
That thing like launched.
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It was like,
Another scuffed setup.
yeah, classic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm taking a picture of this.
Yeah.
I mean, we're known for our scuff setups here on this podcast. What were you guys?
Well, I was gonna say I mentioned before the episode they were like, what are we gonna talk about? And I sent in a text, and everyone was confused, and I don't know why they were confused. It was a great callback. Matthew, as the best man at Will's wedding, was required to give the best man speech.
And we should
Yes.
point out also that Matt was also the best man at Joel's wedding, who we just had on.
Yeah.
Killer speeches both times.
Yes.
Both times I was left smiling, happy, wanting more of the speech. It was just great both times.
Yeah. It was a work of art. And I will say you kind of had the same formula for like your big joke in both
Mhm.
speeches. And I'm like, I don't
And
know
it
if
worked.
that's
It worked both times though.
It did. You had a classic zinger against Faith, Joel's wife, and you had a classic zinger. Well, I don't know, not really against anybody, but to your relationship. Do you want to walk us through this moment?
Sure. First off, let me
I don't want
just
to take
say,
credit for your amazing speech.
Let me just say I stressed about those speeches so
Mm,
much
As you should.
because when
I
you're
mean, if there's anything to stress about, yeah.
when
as the
you're
best
doing a
man.
best man speech, you're like trying to think, okay, how can I keep the audience like entertained and interested, but also like try to summarize in front of all these people how to honor these really close friends that you have. So if you're trying to come up with a best man speech, take some time to do it and pray about it and think about it, because it is hard to do. And I'm honored to have done the two, and I hope that I don't need to do another one maybe. So, yes, the speech about Will. So I used the term, was it abusive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used that term for Will to describe our relationship.
You said if you could
Um,
describe the entirety of your relationship in one word, it would be
Yes, it would be
abusive.
abusive.
Well,
you
let
should
me
be saying
kinda-
abuser coming from yourself.
Abused.
Let me take a quick time out and like, as experiencers of the
speech.
speech, yeah, it was like, woo, like that's crazy. Just like abuse in relationships is like a really
Oh,
tough thing to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Like especially in the actual romantic relationship. But yeah, it's just
Right.
funny. But continue. Sorry.
Right.
Before you go any further, let me just give the crowd an example of one of these times, which
Oh,
I'll
please,
be
please
up
do.
front right away and
Please
say
do.
I definitely went too far.
You're
in
going to
this
talk
moment.
about the time that you locked me in a closet?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about the one that you still hold over my head. So there's a time we were at Brendan's house, which I'm sure he's been on here.
Yes. Yep.
And they have a pool in
This
their
was a
backyard.
doozy.
Yeah, it was
And Matthew here decided he wanted to leave, which he shouldn't have left. And we were trying to convince him to stay. And I did some things, and I got a hold of his keys. And I told him, I was like, if you leave, you can't leave, or something about like you can't leave if I throw your keys in the pool. And so I ended up throwing his keys in the pool. And then he was leaning over the pool to kind of get him out with a net or something, and I just shoved him in.
the
Now,
double
to be
whammy.
fair,
The double
I
whammy.
immediately realized my mistake, and I was like, crap, I should get in the pool with him in my clothes. So I did get in there with him after him. But
I almost forgot about that one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that back up.
you're welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, continue your story.
What story was that?
Well, just about the best man speech.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, the reason why I came up with that name or that way to describe our relationship is going back to shells. As I was coming out of my shell through my different years of camp, and I had an inability to like relate to people. And I usually say that Joel politely knocked on my shell, that Will took a big giant sledgehammer and broke his way through my shell. But it's like, it's all in the positive sense of I needed to get to that point in life to be able to do that. And I think maybe in a way I maybe helped you in some ways move out of your shell. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, that'd be fair.
Okay.
Will was like, I will take it upon myself to find a sledgehammer, to go out of my shell to find a sledgehammer so I can break Matthew's shell.
Yeah.
Well, and just as like an outside observer too, it's like it's just a fun dynamic to be around, like one where like you can kind of like poke at each other and yeah, I feel like, well, we've talked about it with when we had Joel and Andrew on, like our friend group can we can kind of give it to each other and take it and not be offended and
Right.
all that.
Well, it's like all about like knowing, like, maybe you could talk about that a little bit too, but like you need to know that friend well enough to know like how is this action I'm giving going to be taken?
Mhm.
Like,
For sure.
is it going to, because sometimes you do have to be like, there have definitely been times where in our friendship that one of us may have pushed the other one a little bit too far over the edge.
Yes.
So
Well, yeah,
there's
you-
wisdom with that.
You just said it though, like in the pool,
Yeah.
and we talked about it. Like if there are
Mhm.
times where, okay, I realized I've gone too far, you gotta hash it out. You gotta apologize. You gotta
Mhm.
jump in the pool fully clothed to give some, give some back a little
Yeah.
bit or whatever.
I think if I'm like not mistaken in the speech too, you kind of mentioned it as like a brotherly jostling. You know what I mean? Horsing around, kind of like that sort of love. And I'm like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. What makes the relationship like different from like a friendship to like a brotherhood? I don't know. Because it's like family gets on your nerves sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's family and you love them, you know? Depends on your situation. Not always true, but
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Any thoughts? What you're saying, just like, how do you, like, what's a family, what's friend?
Yeah, I guess. Well, like it seems like you guys kind of developed like that more than friendship, like almost like that. It's sort of like you treat each other like family, and even if you got under each other's skin, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to what Matt was talking about, how you have to really know somebody to make jokes and be very sarcastic with them at times. And I think when you get to that point, a lot of times you're kind of past that friendship bond and you're into another sort of bond, and kind of into that family bond.
It also takes like being transparent. Like I had to be pretty transparent with Will, and camp definitely helps with that. But I think it's also helpful because Will and I saw each other in a couple different contexts of camp and school. I kind of, in a way, walked with you when you went to Gettysburg, and then you walked with me long distance when I went to Kentucky for a while and lived in Kentucky for a while. So I feel like we both had some really challenging times, I think, through both those seasons. And that made our friendship stronger and helped us trust each other better, I think.
Yeah. Well, do you want to speak on those times at all? I mean, we were mentioning before, like, I think you are probably one of the only people in our friend group at this point to, like, really move away with the intention of, like, it being there for the foreseeable future. What was that like?
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that? How do you follow through with that? And then how was it? I guess.
Yeah. You're asking me to go
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. Yeah, so it was about 2 years ago now. Like, I was thinking, like, I want to go do missions somewhere that isn't here. So I went and worked for a school in Kentucky for youths going through a tough time. And it was hard, definitely, like, thinking through, like, I remember driving away with my truck fully packed, everything, like, I sold everything I physically didn't have with me or moved it to a family member's house. And I remember driving away and, like, just this, like, pit dropping out of my stomach. Like, I am leaving everything I've ever known. I was specifically thinking of my mentor I met from camp and all my friends that I worked so long and prayed for so long to have, and now I'm leaving it all. And it was hard. It was hard to keep going down that road to Kentucky. But I lived there for 6 months. I expected it to be at least 2 years, if not 3. And it was challenging. I remember I was on a lot of calls with Will and our other friend Joel, and just being like, I know I was following the Lord when I came down here, and He definitely taught me a lot of really valuable things. For instance, I'm a teacher now. I fell into teaching at the school when I was down there. It wasn't something I planned on. And even though ultimately that wasn't where I wanted to be long term, coming back after only 6 months down there, it was definitely a stretching time where I had to learn just a great dependence on God when a lot those relationships I was so used to having just weren't there.
Yeah, that's tough. Would you say like you still really relied on those relationships? Would you say that's because everybody needs friends, and you can get that in different places. Like in an instance where you move away, obviously some of the people who you're friends with but aren't necessarily as close to, you're not going to be getting your friendship fix from those people anymore. You kind of have to find it where you're at, but can still rely upon some of the people that you're still at home.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you relied more on the people from home than where you were at?
I mean, definitely. So the context I was in was very challenging, where there really wasn't pure relationships for those 6 months. So I, in essence, had a trial run. Like, this is what it's like to not have that good companionship, that good brotherhood that I was used to having. And I did greatly depend on them. Like, I had my weekly phone calls where I'd call Will, I'd call one of the other people in my family. And I think towards the end, I was like, I am just so happy to go home and see things that I'm used to seeing and be around people that care about me. Yeah, I would say the value level, that I recognized the value level of those things went up a lot while I was down there.
Awesome.
What was one item that you sold that you're like, all right, it's, I've burnt the ships. Now I gotta, was there an item where you're like, this is real now? I sold my bed frame. There's no coming back.
I did do that. I did sell my bed frame. Yeah, I just remember it was just steps along the road, putting out my desk and selling that and being like, okay, this is real. I don't have a bed to sleep in. I don't have a desk to write on. I am moving, and not just down the street. I'm moving 13 hours away. Yeah, definitely wouldn't take back that time period. I'm glad I went through it. I learned so much. But I have no desire to do that again.
Yeah. That's just crazy to see your net worth, your whole life in one car, compact. You know what I mean? Because it's I have things scattered all over the place. But if I had to drive and move to a different state, it's you just consolidate. And you're like, this is all I have. Obviously there's you can have money on a debit card or whatever, but these are all my physical items. I have them with me.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it was.
That's like a turtle.
Another show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember driving to the bank in Kentucky and being like, "This is my entirety of everything I have. Please put it in so I can access it."
And please don't mess this up, because if you do,
I'm
screwed.
That's true. So you actually closed your bank accounts.
I closed my bank accounts
because it wasn't a national bank. You had to switch it over.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wow.
So you're carrying all your cash.
I'm carrying literally everything physically on earth that I have.
Your
was
entire
with
net
me.
worth. That's
Yeah,
insane. That's crazy.
Right.
Wow.
The
It
most
makes you-
costly car accident of all time.
Yeah, that's what I was about
Yeah.
to say. I didn't even want to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen. So
Right. That's true.
It makes
Yeah.
you realize how few things we really actually have.
Yeah.
And how worthless. I mean, worthless, but that they actually are. That was a tongue twister.
I had a friend that was moving cross country, and this is probably the most unfortunate thing I've ever heard. They had 2 cars, and they packed all of their belongings into these 2 cars like we were talking about, and they were getting off a highway or something happened, a truck cut them off. Anyways, she ran into the back of their other car and totaled both cars
Oh my!
That's
in one
goodness.
foul swoop.
And were they close to where they were going?
I don't remember the whole story, but yeah, and I think everyone,
terrible.
all the people were okay. All
Right.
probably a lot of their stuff was okay, but that's devastating.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wow. I mean, I guess you just pack it all in a U-Haul and get the insurance.
Hope for the
claims,
best.
I guess
That's
yeah.
insane.
Well, who do you be? It was their fault. It's they're both.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. True. Yeah.
We own both of them.
Will, how would you say it was moving out to Gettysburg?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it was only a couple months before Matt moved out of state. I moved over to Gettysburg. So he moved a couple states over. I moved a couple counties over. But, yeah, it was kind of mind-boggling for me at first because, I mean, I'd moved out of my parents' house. I was living in a house. I'd been at college for 4 or 5 years, something like that. So it wasn't anything too new, but, like, it was still something different. And I was moving, like, 2.5 hours away from everyone I knew in my family, my friends, and at the time, my girlfriend, too. And so that was just...
You guys were kind of fresh at that point, too, I think?
Yeah, we had just started dating a couple months before.
Yeah.
We had started dating that summer, and I went into that summer, I was like, I'm not getting into a relationship because I knew I was moving. And then, little behold, I was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I move out there, and I start living in my parents' RV.
And real quick, Will and Kaylee are a rare case of, like, relationship starts at camp while camp is happening.
Yes.
That has lasted. There's a lot of relationships.
Scandalous.
Yeah, not supposed to.
Yeah,
do
not
that.
supposed
Yeah,
to.
not supposed to happen.
I think Josh
Wow.
and Caroline talked about that a little bit.
Yeah,
Caroline was
yeah.
just, Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like most of the ones that have come out of camp recently have, like, that have been long lasting, have been starting outside of actual camp. But
Well,
anywho.
It's kind of crazy, too, because now that I'm working full-time at camp, I've heard the interesting stories from other staff members about certain staff members that at the time, the program guy who was like, yeah, you don't start dating at camp, but
Right.
she was on full-time staff, so he was like, it's kind of like an exception, which I didn't know up until then, and I was like, it kind of felt me feel a little bit better because I was like, I did kind of feel bad about it, but
right.
So you
it's
told
kind of one of
yourself.
those things.
So you told
But-
yourself.
Yeah. Anyways,
Hey, that was all because of you, Matthew.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
your
Yeah.
fault. It's your fault.
I was
man,
trying to
that's
halt it for 3 months, but that didn't work.
You're fighting against other people, my man.
You asked him if he was going to go on a first date, and he went on a first date.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was going to be that soon.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Gettysburg. So I moved out there, started another job out there, and I was living in my parents' camper for what was supposed to be a couple months until I had an apartment. I think at that point I had an apartment lined up, but the guy was still working on it and getting it ready. And that just kind of kept dragging on. And it was getting colder, and so it was like, I can't stay in here forever in the freezing cold. So I ended up moving into my future to-be landlord had another house that he had bought and was going to fix up someday, but it was in livable condition. So I moved into that house temporary, expecting to move into his apartment.
I forgot about that.
And then I ended up moving back to where I was with my RV, but into like a cabin that was built for, like, it was a cabin that existed but remodeled for me.
Oh, my word.
So it was a lot. It was
You
like
fit the RV in the cabin?
that'd be crazy.
Garage door.
No, but yeah, it was a lot of like moving parts and pieces.
Yeah.
And
Well,
not
it's-
feeling settled for a very long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's quite a turbulent, like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of stuff to happen in I mean, not a short time, but like
Yeah.
While
yeah.
learning a new job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Yeah,
environment, new
exactly.
people. Yeah.
New environment, new people. Yeah, so there was just
That's a lot.
not feeling settled right away, and then also missing my friend's family, my girlfriend at the time, Kaylee, and just wanting to. Well, I had a lot of times wanting to be back home, but then also enjoying where I was at for a time. So again, a lot of mixed feelings. I resonated a lot with the way Matt felt about him moving away and things. But yeah, and then it wasn't. I'm trying to think. Maybe 4 months after I started, the guy above me was like, it was me, him, a maintenance guy, and a cook. The guy above me was like, yeah, I'm leaving at the end of the year, and this was like early December. So he ended up leaving, and that gave me a lot more responsibilities. And it was very overwhelming, and kind of just figuring things out for the first time without somebody who was experienced in my area of expertise and stuff. So that was a whole nother thing. A lot of discernment and prayer with the Lord, and just asking Him to guide me. And then it was a few months after that I decided I was moving back home. I took the job at Woodcrest that I'm in now. There were just a lot of things that led up to that. So
I just realized I'm responsible for your job too, because that was my job.
your job. Oh, my current job.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for your whole life right now.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
But
Man.
Yeah, so it was definitely a challenging time. I grew a lot in my faith and just relying on the Lord, and being present with Him, and then also balancing relationships with driving back to the area to see Kaylee, to see other people, her coming up to me. So,
yeah. 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 It's crazy. A lot of things.
Speaking of Gettysburg, Matthew, walk us through Gettysburg. In your mind, you offered this earlier. Just one fact about Gettysburg.
One fact about Gettysburg. Oh, that's easy.
it was the place of the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yeah,
Wow. It is probably like it's the hinge on the whole war. So, when you look at the Civil War, that's the hinge. Like, if it went one way, it, like, us country still might be split. Like, it's wild to think about. But, like, that was the place that it could have, could have gone one way or the other. I could talk lots more about that.
I remember my history teacher saying also, if Virginia would have joined the North, it would have been a much
It would have
shorter
been
war.
over. It would have been
Yeah.
over for the South like that. They're the ones that held all the money.
Yeah,
Mm.
not that Ulysses was bad, but I mean, he did all right. But yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. It's funny, like, the most interested I've ever been in, like, history and the Civil War is hearing Shane Gillis talk about it on his podcast. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
he's super into, like, presidents and the Civil War and everything.
Oh, nice.
And I think he's into, like, World War II. And it's just funny, obviously, to hear him talk about it. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
a comedian and a good one. So yeah, but after that, I'm like, man, maybe history is actually, like, kind of cool. But
It tells
mean-
us a lot about ourselves.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
history is like, it's about people. So you can learn about yourself through learning history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And well, like you said, like, teaching is something that you found now, and you were not intending to go into that. I know you're teaching history right now. Is that what you are thinking you'd want to do, like, for the rest of your life? Or, I mean, for the foreseeable?
Yeah, at least for now. I'm loving being a middle school teacher. I teach Bible and history right now. Love them both.
Yeah.
Sometimes kids are crazy, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love teaching both. Eventually, I have interest in maybe going into church ministry, pastoring eventually. But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That seems like a natural progression. If you can
Could be,
figure
yeah.
out,
Could
yeah,
be.
if you can figure out how to handle, like, a class of middle schoolers, you should be able to figure out how to, like, lead a church congregation well. You would think.
Sometimes the middle schoolers are easier.
Yeah.
And that's why I contemplate. I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe
no,
I'll stay with them.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe one day you'll be the one with the podcast.
yeah.
Could be.
Church ministry.
Yeah.
Church ministry's been loving doing podcasts recently.
They have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
They have been. Yeah. I know. Unfortunately, for me, I might have to head out here in a bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for coming on. I have, like, a rec league soccer game thing, and I was gonna skip it for this, and then they texted me. They were like, this morning, they're like, everyone's canceling. If you don't come, we might just have to forfeit, and we won't be able to play. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
All right. So
All good.
yeah. All
See
right.
ya.
See you guys.
See ya.
Oh, also, just one topic that you guys need to bring up at some point in this podcast or right now. Matthew growing a beard.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That is not a topic. We
How
need to
handsome
discuss.
it would
Vote
be.
it in the comments if you want
How
to see him with a
Do
beard.
not Vote.
I think Matthew is extremely handsome right now, and if he had a beard, which is very like popular right
I could
now,
be bald.
I
How do
mean
you
it
feel
goes through
about that?
phases, but if you had a beard, being bald wouldn't be so bad.
No,
No,
bald
it
and
wouldn't.
beard.
Beard and bald is great.
It is, yeah.
Hair and beard,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Nope.
Haired,
gonna
no
happen.
beard.
I have done.
Boo.
Many of you have seen me with a
Yeah.
mustache. No beard.
Some of us can't grow them that well, okay?
Yeah, I'm talking about on Matthew.
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah, you're
Matt.
right.
I almost said his last name. Yes, there will be a poll on Spotify. Matt, beard or
Do
no
not
beard?
vote. Do
Vote.
not vote.
Vote. You can vote
You're-
no beard. You're gonna be wrong,
Yeah.
but you can vote no beard. But everybody should be voting beard.
Yeah.
I also put one on YouTube.
We will dox everyone that says no beard
Yeah.
and then berate them. No.
I
If
don't
it gets
actually know if
10,000
you can
votes,
see it.
he'll
Oh,
grow one.
no, I don't think
But-
so.
Yeah. Yes.
What did you say? Take
If
that
it
back.
gets if it gets 10,000 this gets 10,000 likes on YouTube, Matt will grow a beard.
That's not true.
This will never ever get 10,000
No.
likes. So you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, good.
But if it
Unless-
does,
yeah. All right.
yeah. See ya. Anywho,
I guess you didn't say a beard for how long. I could have a beard for a day.
I mean, it would take some time to grow it
Yeah.
out.
You didn't specify length. Haha, gotcha.
I mean, I feel like there's an agreed upon what a beard
6 inches.
No,
Why not?
Because what you have right now is not a beard.
that's true because I don't grow beards.
But like you're saying, oh, length. You can't just say that's a beard, you know. In this scenario, you can't just say, "Oh, guys, I grew a beard out. See, I have a little bit of hair on my chin, chinny chin chin."
Yep.
So there is like some objectivity to it. It's not purely subjective.
That's true.
But anywho, that's not gonna happen anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
you have constantly refused this beard, and I don't understand why. Tell us why now.
Beards are the worst. They itch.
No, they don't.
They are uncomfortable.
No, they're not.
Lies.
Food gets stuck in them.
Save it
Sometimes.
for later.
I
Yeah.
hate them on myself. I hate the feeling. I hate the look. I feel like 40. I don't want to be 40.
Nobody's gonna think you're 40. with
Okay,
your height.
mustache, classy. Beard, ugh. I feel unkept, unclean
So when are you going to grow a beard?
when I'm 82.
82. You heard it here first.
I don't plan on living till 82.
You don't think you'll live to 82?
Hopefully not.
No, I don't think I will either. Why for you?
I would like to think Jesus will come back before 80 years,
Gotcha.
and also, I don't know. I could be one of those 80-year-olds you see
I mean-
jogging down the street. I could be active.
Jogging.
yeah.
I guess you could be.
I don't think I'm going to live to be 80 because like there's like both my grandpas have kind of died early and my
Mm.
great grandpa. But
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. That's a whole different question.
Hmm.
And also I'm tall. Tall people don't live as long. So
Mm.
yeah. Like on average, like I think like 2 to 5 years less, I think, which
Oh,
is
wow.
like kind of insane. But anywho, well, yeah, we can get into like the 3 big questions that we always ask people. I think, you know, usually I wouldn't say there's a super clear topic to like be asking them on in this particular episode. I think, you know, you can go any way you really want with it. The 3 questions are, what are common misconceptions about whatever the thing is? How do you define success in whatever the thing is? And what advice would you give to somebody who is going out into this thing? Or just
Mm.
what advice would you give, like, in general, just in
Mm.
life?
Mm-hmm.
I think what would be good would be the concept of, well, what do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I was thinking either like living far away,
Mm.
or like we talked a bit about doing something like camp, where you had no experience going into it of being a staff member at camp, what is a common misconception about like having new experiences like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What are your thoughts? Which would you like to talk about, I guess?
What topic?
Yeah.
Does it have to be the same topic between us? Or no.
No.
Okay. I mean, I could totally. It's fresh in my mind. I
Yeah.
could totally talk about teaching if
Yeah,
you want. Think
sure.
you want to be an educator.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So I did not go to college to teach. I went for a biblical degree, like Will did. I thought I was going to be a youth pastor maybe when I was in college. I wasn't really sure. Also, this is totally a side thing, but when you're in college, appreciate it while you're there, because it will go super fast and then it will be gone and you'll never have a time like that in your life again. So, not that that's supposed to sound depressing, but value it is what I'm saying. But didn't plan to be a teacher. Like I said, when I was away in Kentucky is when I realized I have a love for it. But I think everybody feels like when you're going to be a teacher, you have you're supposed to have all the right answers. And I think with any leadership or ministry thing, you often feel that way. But it's really important to remember that your student does not need to remember everything you teach them. And most likely, they're not going to remember very much that you teach them. I mean, I don't remember much I learned in 8th grade. Do you?
Nope.
But the most important thing is how will they remember you? How will they remember, since I teach at a Christian school, this is easier, but how will they remember how you treat them? How your relationship with Jesus looks like. Because the reality is that relationship with Jesus you have is going to shine through to them for the worse or the better. So if you treat them if not in a kind manner, if you treat them as if they're less than you just because they're middle schoolers, that is going to negatively impact them as they're growing up. So I would say the teachers, yes, learn the content. Like, yes, put in the hard work to make great lesson plans and create a good experience for your kids, because that's certainly important. But the biggest thing is how are you treating your students? Are they feeling loved and valued when they walk through your classroom? Are they feeling the presence of Jesus? I pray for the presence of Jesus in my classroom. If his presence is not there, it is not going to go well for you. If you work for a public school, okay, you can't share him verbally, but they can still feel him. They can still notice your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's worth mentioning, too, that, like, I mean, I've never been a teacher, but my experience at camp is, like, if the camper doesn't feel respected by you or treated well by you, they're absolutely not going to listen to what you have to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it not only does, like, treating the students with respect go a long way for how they feel about you, but also will help them learn a lot better.
But yeah, do they feel valued, heard?
Right.
Do they feel heard by you, or are you talking at them?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they want to be respected.
So would you
Your
say
turn.
that was a misconception about or that was advice about being a teacher?
A misconception I guess I would highlight is that you think you know your material or you're ready for anything. Give it 2 weeks, you'll realize, maybe even 2 days, you'll realize you're not ready for everything. I think that is a good crossover for the rest of life too. If you're not ready for tomorrow, it's all about faithfulness in your relationship.
Yeah. Might as well go for the last one here.
Sure.
How do you define success in teaching?
How do you find success?
Yeah. Define it, yeah.
Success in teaching it's hard to plot because there's not it's like planting seeds. It's not you don't see the fruit of the seed. You don't plant corn and see the stalk right away. So it's hard to define success, but I would say, if you provided a good educational experience for your student in that day, they left with something they didn't come in with, and they left feeling that sense of value, then you succeeded for that day.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Nice. Will,
Yes.
what are you feeling?
What are those 3
Misconceptions, success, advice.
misconceptions, success, advice? Okay. So, Matt kind of went more on the professionalism with teaching and a little bit of a deeper side. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter. I recently got into, I guess you could call it a hobby right now.
Okay.
The hobby of leatherworking, which has been really, really fun for me.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't know, it's making stuff out of leather. So whether it's leather wallets or notebook covers or watch bands, whatever it may be. But I would say one of the misconceptions that I kind of had going into it, I feel like it's pretty easy to get going into it, is that it's going to be like a harder skill to pick up. That it's going to take time to really understand how to do things. But I think it's kind of the same with a lot of things with YouTube nowadays. It's so easy just to watch a couple videos and like know how to do something. So that's kind of where I started, was watching some videos on cutting the leather so it's nice and square and even, and then going through the steps of marking holes, how far apart you want the holes, punching the holes, what tools to use, and then how to make it look nice after you've punched the holes and then after you sew it. But
Nice. Well, before you continue on with that, let's just talk about it for a little bit.
yeah,
What got you into this? How long you been doing it? What have you made so far?
so the first thing that got me into this, I guess you could say camp got me into it.
Okay.
Like a lot of things in my life, camp has an influence. But we do some homeschooling programs outside of summer camp, and we were looking for a class to kind of add into that. And I don't remember exactly why it came to mind, but I thought of leatherworking. And so I started doing some research as to what that would take, and I ordered some leather off of Amazon, which I don't recommend. It's way more expensive than other places. But anyways, I ordered some leather and kind of made this little journal thing that you can buy, those small composition books, and throw it in there. So that's kind of how I got my start. And then it was actually January, really, when I started picking up, actually doing it as a hobby, because it's expensive to get started. So I used Christmas as a way to get started.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Asking everyone to buy me things.
Classic.
Yeah. And since then, and like I said, I made that notebook cover. I've made a leather watch band. And right now I'm working on a notebook cover, actually. That should be done here soon.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been very enjoying, and it's honestly kind of soothing, and it's rewarding too, to make something from, in a lot of sense, from nothing.
Yeah. That's funny. No one has expressed interest in doing leatherworking. And yeah, it's funny that he left right when you
Yeah.
talk about it. But yeah. Well, so how do you define success in leatherworking?
How do you define? Okay. I would say it depends a lot on what you want to do with the leatherworking. Like for me, I think eventually it'd be nice to kind of get into it as a side hobby that I can kind of make some money on. So something where I'm selling different items to people. But for now, it's just a hobby.
Gotcha.
So I define success as just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Coming out of a time where I'm working on it and just feeling rejuvenated and refreshed, and really enjoying it. Yeah.
Cool. And what advice would you give to somebody getting into leatherworking?
Yeah. Do research beforehand. Like I said, watch some videos. What was it? I think it's Blackbeard Leatherworking.
Hmm.
I think that's the guy I've been watching a lot recently. He's some guy from Canada.
Nice.
But I just found a couple different YouTubers, leatherworkers. Watched a couple of their videos. There's a lot of videos out there on like what kind of tools to get. Yeah, because if you get that information before, you're gonna have more success when you're learning with the right tools instead of trying to learn with the wrong tools.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I think we can. Was there anything else that you guys were like, that you were like, man, I have this one chance to be on a podcast. I need to talk about this one thing. Is there anything like that? That's okay if there's not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I kind of marked my one goal, which was just sharing some story, crazy story,
Oh.
in a sense.
I thought
Yeah.
of this earlier that we should talk about. We went on a cabin trip, and we convinced Matt to sleep on the. on
This is actually one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, on
I
the
felt
air
so
mattress.
loved.
Was this before you went to Kentucky?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I think
it was
it was.
before I was even
I think it
talking
was
about
that-
it.
Oh, okay. Was it that fall before?
It might have been.
Because you left in like January-ish.
Yeah, because
Right.
it was.
I think it was.
I
that
was
fall.
I was in Gaysburg at that time.
Yeah.
So we weren't roommates, but I was still at that house. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I think you were coming late, and
I was. Oh,
Yeah,
I was.
that's-
I was coaching cross country
Yes.
that year.
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
why we were able to convince you to sleep on the air mattress. We were like, yeah, there's only like one bed left. We'll bump up this air mattress for you. And I think you were
Mhm.
like, oh no, don't worry about it. Like,
I'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah, or I'll sleep somewhere else.
Cement floor.
There's a little dog area right next to us for the apartments back there. So if you're hearing any dogs barking, that's it. If we're just talking to the mic, it should be fine. But lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So we were like, okay, Matt, you're on the air mattress. And we got you to, you're on the air mattress. And, like, there's the house and then, like, a lot of grass.
Mhm.
Probably less than a quarter mile.
Yeah. It's pretty far though.
It was
Mhm.
far.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
I
was-
might
it
even
could
say a
be.
quarter mile.
It was a walk.
It was a while. It's
Yeah.
like it's a couple minute walk
Right.
if you're walking.
Yeah, and this was
And-
like woods before, so
Yes.
it's not level.
No,
Right.
not level.
Oh.
It was just cleared out, which made it nicer. But like, yeah,
Right. Well, when I think back on that now, I'm like, why wasn't I suspicious? Because when I came, because like I remember like Kaylee was there, right? Yeah. And like Kaylee usually is not annoyed with me, but like I felt like everyone was just annoyed with me. Like Matthew,
Oh.
why don't you just like take
Sleep on the-
take this air mattress? That's
Yeah.
what everyone's offering you.
just sleep on the air
And
mattress.
I was like, it's fine. Why is
Yeah.
everybody getting? I'm so sorry. I'm a problem because I came late. And like why I wasn't suspicious at
well,
that.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like
It's
you
like-
probably were
so-
like trying not to make it a big deal that you were late, like you were
Right.
coming in late, and then we
Mhm.
were absolutely making it a big deal
Yeah.
intentionally.
Right, right.
And so,
But you know the wild thing?
Yeah.
The wild thing is that when the night came that they tried to drag me out, I
Well,
remember
yeah,
the
we did.
door opening.
yeah,
Up there and hearing some snickering up there, and I remember like thinking like, what if they totally tried to? I wasn't thinking where it
Yeah.
ends, but I was thinking, what if they totally like try to prank me and like
Right.
carry me somewhere else? I need to prepare,
Yeah.
and
Well, okay, so yeah,
yeah, take it
we-
back a little bit.
Yeah, we had seen videos of people getting floated out on the water in
Mhm.
on an air mattress, and we were like, we want to do this so bad, but it is far away, which is probably another reason why you weren't thinking of the pond, because it's not like we're in the house and the pond's right in the backyard. Float them out on the pond. It would have been insane for us to get you all the way there without waking you up.
Yeah.
But so we had this plan. Some people were like going to sleep. You went to sleep because, well, Matt is known for not staying up super late.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, some other people went to sleep because, they had stuff the next day or whatever. Because it was the Saturday night, right? I don't think it was the Friday night. because
I wasn't there
remember-
Friday night.
Yeah, and Josh had
Yeah.
church the next day, so he went to sleep early. Anywho, so the rest of us are like up there, and we're like, okay, we're doing it. Are we doing it? Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. And so we're all like up there, and we're like, okay, we gotta be careful. So we want to get down there before he's asleep.
And this
before
is
he
like
wakes
a
up.
basement, like that's like there's like beams at odd places.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like and stuff. So like you guys were taking some risks
Yes.
doing this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so it was like we're taking our time, but like we're also trying to do this. So we get down there and we're like huddled by the stairs because we hear you moving on it. And I think literally like when we got to the stairs, you got up and went to the bathroom and then like came back down and
I
laid
did
back
that
down.
on purpose.
Yeah. And
I was trying to throw you off.
Yeah, and so we stood there like silent for another 5 minutes while trying to be silent. We were like giggling.
Not really silent.
No. And so we eventually we creep up around the bed, and then I forget how I don't remember the exacts of it now, but it was like we were like you said something, and then we were like ah like just like kind of like gave up the illusion of being quiet, and like we like tried to pick up the bed. And like you were like,
do you remember that I asked you? Oh, gee, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Because like I knew.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And so we were like, just go. And so we like tried to pick up the bed, and you're like rolling off of it. And so we're trying to like push you back onto the bed, and then like Asher hops onto the bed and like clamps you down.
Well,
and so we're trying to pick up both of you.
I knew like when the motion was going towards the door.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what the plan was.
Yeah.
I knew I was going, and I knew I made a conscious decision, Matthew. You will end up anywhere except in that water. You are not going there. So you will do anything it takes, and I
Yeah.
did anything it took to
okay.
not get there.
So we like tried to have him on the bed for a while, and it just was not working. And
It worked like halfway there.
yeah,
and then
halfway through the basement. We gave up on the bed halfway through the basement.
Really?
Yeah, because we have it on video. I'll see if I can find the video and put it in right here. But maybe I won't put the whole thing in because it's kind of long.
It is kind of long
Yeah.
and crazy to watch.
Yeah,
but
I'll put in some highlights because there's like one specific shot in the video that is just the funniest thing to me, and I was giggling so much. But anywho, it ended up that this was an instance where like maybe it went a little too far because
a little too far.
Well, you
We-
didn't end up in the water.
no, we never put you in the water, which was nice. But like we ended up just like each like there was I don't know what 7 or 8 of us.
There's
like,
a lot of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, we had a person each grab an appendage, and then 2 people on like grabbing the mattress, and just literally like carried him down there.
Like strong armed,
yeah,
like a hot dog.
Well,
Yeah.
and it
Big
had
hot
to,
dog.
you had to be really strong because Matt, if you don't know this about him, is one of the greatest wigglers out there, and was really reaching around to like try.
It would be
his best
like,
to not get
I
down
got
to the
one
lake.
arm free.
Yeah, and then somebody else grabs it, and then yeah, it was just insane the amount of like that he was doing, and it was like it was like trying to like grab onto a greasy pig or something. I don't
Asher
know.
and Andrew caused me a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anywho,
And you.
we drag him down there like a quarter of a mile down to the pond. I don't know. That could be exaggerating it, but it felt like a long time, and it was a long time.
Yeah.
And then we like get down there and we're like, this was not worth it. Like the illusion is gone. The whole thing is like getting somebody out onto a lake when they're like asleep, and then they wake up
Right.
and they're on the
You
water.
guys put so much work
Yeah.
into getting once you were past that spot. Though.
Yeah. And
Well,
then we
crazy.
get down there and it's like, this was silly.
Yeah.
And like to actually like throw you in the water then would just be like that's just
Yeah.
bullying. Like
Yeah.
like I don't know. That was not like
We hyped ourselves up so much.
right.
We started and we were like, we can't.
Yeah.
In the moment, the adrenaline's going, we couldn't stop.
Right. And then like you get halfway. I think like we got like halfway down there, and like I know Nolan was not like super like gung ho about really grabbing your arm and reaching you down there, and like it lost some steam, but at that point we were already halfway down, so we're not gonna stop.
Yeah.
You gotta at least get down to the pond. But anywho, it was very funny and like just like a silly time, and like one of those moments that like I think about and laugh at, but it's like, why did we do that? and like yeah, it's just one of those times.
You
like,
need stories like that.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, and it was funny. Like, yeah, it was fun. It was a nice memory, and it's just like in actuality though, all we really did was wake Matt up when he's trying to sleep. And like manhandle him for like 10 minutes, and then like have to do like a walk of shame back up to the cabin.
Yeah.
And then we get back. Yeah, we get up into the upstairs, and the girl's like, "So did you do it?" And we were like, "Not really." Like, we just kind of Anywho, yeah.
The image of Asher like full taking me down
Yeah.
will never cease to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was one moment, I think we were still inside, but it was just Asher on top of you. The air mattress was deflating, so it was like a taco, and just a bunch of us trying to hold
I
it
remember
up.
going like Spider-Man, and like when we get to the door, like grabbing
Yeah.
the door
Yeah,
jam,
You got
and,
the
like,
door
you guys
frame.
were pushing me through the door.
It was like a battering ram.
Yeah, it was insane. And oh yeah, I never said my favorite shot. My favorite shot is like you like legs up in the air, like head on the ground, and we're just like dragging your head across the ground, like through the grass. It was insane. 'Cause,
I forgot
like,
about that part.
Yeah, like each person has an arm, and like the people on the arms are kind of down by your heads.
Yeah.
So like your head is really like just across the ground. I'll try and put it in. But oh man, what a time!
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I'm glad I remembered. Yeah, to bring it up because I had thought about it earlier. But yeah, well, cool. It was great having you guys on. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking
Great to be here.
time out
It's
of
so
your
good to
evening.
be here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ate after work, so
I did.
I did.
okay,
Did
okay.
you?
Yeah.
What did you eat?
What did I eat?
Yeah.
White chicken lasagna.
Mm.
Pretty good.
Mm. I had a BLT.
Nice.
That's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anywho, yes, thanks again for coming on, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Muppets, this very sought after. I think this is the, this was requested, but we don't really get any other requests, so, like, this might be the most requested episode that we've ever got.
Wow.
Fancy that.
And so now, here we are.
We are pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, we already did the outro, so roll that.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for washing.
Do your laundry.
All right.